In ancient times, many great leaders, great thinkers, philosophers, religious leaders, artists, thinkers used to fast before a great event, before a great conference, before an important meeting. These kind of people would fast because they found that when they fasted, their mind became clearer, their mind became sharper, and they were attuned, their mind and heart became attuned, and that facilitated great success in those great events. And one of those great leaders of the past, great hero of the past, was a young Hebrew woman named Esther. And Esther was a young queen in the court of the emperor of Persia, ancient Persian Empire. And the great emperor had a young new wife, a new queen named Esther, who happened to be a Hebrew woman. And short after she became a queen, she found that there was a scheme in the court by the great advisor, the senior advisor to the emperor of Persia, was scheming to throw out all the Jews of Persia out of their homes and out of the Persian Empire, losing their land, losing their properties, losing their homes. And so the young queen Esther was called to face the great challenge of saving her nation, saving her tribe, saving her family. And in order to do that, she had to go and meet the great emperor. But queens were not allowed to go and see the emperor whenever they wish. Queens had to stay in their quarter, wait for the emperor to call them. A queen who would come to the emperor's quarter without being called would be put to death. That's how it was in ancient Persia. And so young Queen Esther dedicated a whole day before she went to see the emperor, before she went to risk her life. She spent a whole day fasting. She dedicated that day. And until today, before the happy holiday of Purim, in the Jewish tradition, you fast one day before the holiday. You fast in order to remember the fast of Queen Esther, the young queen that had lots to lose and she had lots to gain for being courageous. And Esther spent a whole day, 24 hours a day, day and night, fasting, attuning herself, mind and heart, praying to God the whole day, and just attuning herself and cleansing herself and becoming sharp and pure and ready to face the hardest challenge ever. She was about to break the rules of the Persian Empire. She was about to break the rules of the emperor. She was about to risk her head. But she did it when she finished the 24 hours of fasting. She went to the emperor quarter and knocked on the door, and the guards asked, "Who is it?" And Queen Esther said, "It's me, the queen. I have to talk to the emperor. It's quite urgent." And the guard opened the door and informed the emperor that the young Queen Esther is there to see him, and the emperor was in a good mood. Somehow, the emperor forgot about the rules, and he let the Queen Esther come in, and he heard her invitation to come to a party that she would throw for him the next day. And in that party, in the middle of the celebration, in front of everybody, Queen Esther stood there and told her side of the story, and told the emperor about the scheme behind his back to throw away all the Hebrews out of the Persian Empire. And the king sided with his queen, Queen Esther. And the Hebrew tribe of the Persian Empire remained in the empire. And not too long after, the great King Cyrus allowed the Hebrews to go back to the homeland, back to Jerusalem. And the Hebrews left Persia, went back to their homeland in Jerusalem, and built the second temple. And that was the end of the Babylonian exile of the Hebrews. But they survived in Babylonia, in ancient Persia, only thanks to the courageous young lady named Esther, who fasted for 24 hours to clear her mind and heart, and to be sharp and ready and attuned and connected to the high worlds and the lower worlds, and connected to the creator of all worlds, when she went to face the great emperor of Persia.